Honestly, we don't give a shit about the ESRB ratings. But some do, I can tell you that. But this is the first game I have with the then new E10 Plus rating at the time. Yeah, back then, video games doesn't have an E10 rating on the ESRB, and it's pretty hard to figure out which one's more of an E-rated game and which one's more of a T. It depends on the use of foul language, violence, and other suggestive themes. So in March 2005, the ESRB introduced the E10 Plus rating that solved the problem. The first one that has the pleasure to garner this fabled rating was Donkey Kong Jungle Beat for the GameCube. Fun facts aside, let's talk Monster House. It's based off the underrated animated Halloween flick in 2006 by Sony Pictures, but it's specifically based off the second half of the movie where the kids are arrested until the house ate Kevin James and Chris Rock, which leading them inside. The game itself was developed by A2M, or Artificial Mind and Movement, and it's the only horror game on its very list. They were Behavior Interactive back in the 90s, and they changed the name to A2M in the 2000s. Then they later reverted back to its original name in 2010, when they realized that A2M in different terms means ass to mouth. Oops. You play as the main trio from the movie, and you navigate inside of Old Man Nevercracker's spoopy domain, and you must find a way to defeat the Monster House and her diabolical living furniture while armed with super soakers, because they're hardcore. The three characters have their own sub-weapons though. DJ has a camera, Jenny has a slingshot, and Shelter had water balloons. You were also greeted with Skull, that bloke who played the arcade game in the movie, but I think he gives you gameplay hints from what I remember. Speaking of the arcade game, you can actually play Thou Art Dead from the movie. Unlike the many arcade emulators, you have to find arcade tokens in the main game just to play the minigame. Yeah, that seems weird, but it's pretty rare that a fictional game from a set universe can be playable in real life. The other fictional game I can think of was Fix-It Felix Jr. from Wreck-It Ralph, but that seems cheating to me because the whole movie revolves around video game characters. Sadly, I personally never finished the game back then, but then again, there's only 2 boss fights. From what I heard, that this is very short, as in 2 hours short. The same length you can beat a Game Boy game, and more than enough to bring Angry Joe's piss to a boil.
2 hours and 52 minutes!
Despite its short length, it's a pretty fun one and I highly recommend it for a very dirt cheap price. Maybe emulate it. It's also available on GameCube, Game Boy Advance, and DS if you're into that.